the key reasons that I ran for president, Mark, to end this chronic disease epidemic and to restore Americans to good health.
The FDA Commissioner, Robert Califf, has said our life expectancy is going the wrong way. You were quoted in the Washington Post where he said, if we had regulatory agencies that were interested in actually looking at data, we would be trying to figure out why all-cause mortality for Americans has increased. They're not COVID deaths. As president, how would you begin to really address this problem?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to NIH during my first week in office, and I'm going to assemble all the division chairs and the branch chairs. And I'm going to say to them, we're going to do something different. We are going to fund studies that are going to tell us what's causing this epidemic. I'm also going to call in all the scientific journals into the Justice Department. And I'm going to say to them, you are representing yourself as a neutral and reliable source of health information. And you have done tremendous damage to public health because you are publishing fake science to promote the mercantile ambitions of the pharmaceutical industry and of the food industry, of the big agricultural interests, of the oil and gas and coal and all these other big, powerful industries. And you're lying to the public and you've caused tremendous damage to public health. And I'm going to hold you responsible. I'm going to litigate against you under the racketeering laws, under the general tort laws. I'm going to find a way to sue you unless you come up with a plan right now to show how you're going to start publishing real science and stop retracting the real science. It will give the attorneys a chance to litigate these issues in court because there's no good science on these issues. You can't sue a company for making your children fat, for poisoning them so that their microbiome doesn't work anymore. But once you create that science, once you have 15 or 20 studies that show that, then those kind of suits become possible. And that's how you really change policy, just like we did with Monsanto case. We got a critical threshold of studies, and animal studies, observational studies, epidemiological studies, bench studies that showed that glyphosate was causing non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in Roundup. And before that, if you were the president of the United States and you tried to ban Roundup, you would go nowhere. It doesn't matter who you are. But if you have enough science to get past the Daubert threshold where the judge has to make an independent judgment that there's sufficient science, I'm going to provide that enough science, sufficient science on each one of these exposures and each one of these injuries to show who's causing what and hold them responsible in court.